Welcome back to TBRD. As promised, today we're going to be taking a closer look at this bike, the new 2020 BMW S1000 XR. Going to do an ownership review. I've been getting acquainted with this machine over the last 2 weeks. I've got just a tick under 800 miles. I'm going to bring you up close to take a look at it in just a minute. It's worth noting before I do so that this bike is equipped with these with the preferred technology package, the select and the dynamic packages. As you can see, the bike is, I think, aesthetically fairly pleasing. I know that most of that is subjective. I will say over the last 2 weeks I've received a lot of compliments when it's been parked at various locations. I'll let you be the judge of that for yourself. So let's take a closer look. Here I've got my keyless fob because as part of this bike, as I had mentioned, it comes with the premium tech package, and the keyless ride is part of the premium tech package. So that starts right there. Is how we fire it up with the key within about 3 feet of the machine. Also included with the premium tech package are the auxiliary lights, which are actuated right here by this switch. We'll take a look at those auxiliary lights in just a minute. Other components that come with that premium tech package include the M lightweight battery, your GPS prep, which is right here. It's already pre-wired for GPS. You can see I'm using that as my onboard camera mount. Well, let's see what else comes up with that premium tech package. You've got the gear shift assist pro, which BMW's website does list that as a standard option. It's also listed under the premium tech package. Dynamic electronic suspension adjustment pro and headlight pro are also part of that package. If we come down here and take a look at right here, you can see your cruise control. This is part of the select package. Also part of that package are the BMW heated grips, which are actuated right here by this button. And the luggage grid center stand are also part of the select package. And I think the other thing on there that I'm forgetting to mention would be the tire pressure monitoring system, which is part of that select package. So the auxiliary lights, swing around here and take a look at those. These guys are down here, all LED. While I'm down here, I'll show you, we've got this massive radiator and oil cooler, and you can see right here, I went ahead and installed a guard on those already. The only guard that I could find was the BMW one. A lot of aftermarket stuff not out there yet for this machine. I have since found one aftermarket piece for those guards, but it wasn't necessarily my preference. I really prefer Evotech, and I know that they're going to get something out soon. They make a really thick aluminum guard for these radiators and oil coolers that I think is great. The BMW one was actually super cheap and affordable, but you do get what you pay for. It is pretty cheap. It's made out of plastic, but it'll do the trick for the time being. Then you go ahead and hit this button here. That's going to power up your TFT. All right, so you can see that's pretty much your home base on the TFT. I'm going to show you something here. Your TFT is controlled. It's a BMW, so you got the wheel, which goes up, down, left, right, and then your menu button, up and down. So when we get back in on this TFT here, I'm going to go ahead and click the menu button down. It's going to bring up a whole bunch of things. We've got settings, telephone, music, navigation, sports screen, which I'll get to in a second, and the My Vehicle option. So you see there's this little blue arrow here. It's really intuitive. That just means you click down. It's got a matching emblem on the menu. So when I go ahead, I'm going to click down on my menu button. It takes you into My Vehicle. So you can see that's where your TFT data is displayed. I will also show you another place where it is displayed if you so choose. Anywhere from inside of this TFT screen, so I'm going to pan out here and take a look here. If you hit this menu button twice, 1, 2, it's going to take you back to the home screen. So if I hit it once, it's going to take me here. And if I hit it a second time, back here. So always two pushes up and it takes you right back here. I was mentioning that tire pressure, so you can see up here, above this blue line. Right now it's not displaying because the bike's not on, but you can program what comes above that blue line really easily. And so I'm going to scroll through just by hitting up on the menu button, and you can see the total miles till empty. We're stateside, so we're doing miles. You got a gas gauge. Like I said, all of this is programmable, what you want up there. I haven't taken too much off from how it was delivered. So you got my total odometer, trips 1 and 2. You've got average fuel consumption, which right now is telling me a little over 40 miles to a gallon. Not bad. What else we got? Average speed, and then my tire pressure. Like I said, there's a few other things you can put on there. Super easy to adjust. Let's get back into that menu and show you the sports screen. I really like this feature when I'm out on the road and I'm getting at it. It's just another view. Currently you can't default to this view, so you always have to go back through the menu to get on. They might fix that hopefully in the future with a firmware update. But on the screen you can see it'll measure your traction control and tell you how much of that you're using, your braking force. There's a lean angle right in the center there, so left and right it'll tell you your max lean for the ride and real-time lean, which is kind of fun. All right, so really enjoy that screen. We get over, if you have your navigation, media with your phone synced, it'll display, you know, what's playing, all that good stuff. Currently I don't have my phone sync. I have in the past. Pretty cool. It'll give you turn-by-turn directions right up here on the TFT as long as you download the BMW app. If you get into the settings section, this is where you can really start to dig down into that Dynamic Pro. And in this setting, you're going to have to use this wheel right, left, down, up to navigate. So I'm going to click right on the wheel, take you into my vehicle settings. Inside of these settings, all sorts of stuff. You know, you can set a target pressure for your TPM system, which is cool. Bike does have hill assist on it, which I like. I have that set to manual. You can set it to auto. It's got a shift light. I do not have that set on. You can, on the dynamic package, I can program the pro riding mode, which is really fantastic. Inside of that, so I do have it set to on, so if I get in there, you can see, right now I'm in road mode. I have the Dynamic Pro Riding System set right now. I haven't messed around with it a whole lot, but throttle and torque response is set to 1. You can obviously adjust all of these. You can adjust the engine braking, the traction control, the wheelie control, and wheelie behavior, which is really cool. We'll talk more about that out on the road. ABS, I have that set pretty high right now as I get adjusted to the bike. So again, anywhere from inside, even if I'm deep inside these menus, like I said, if you hit up twice, it's going to take you here and all the way back out. So I want to go back in there to make sure I covered most of what. So vehicle settings, you get your system settings, connections, if you're going to try to go ahead, and mobile device, that's right where you can do it. You can do your helmets, passenger helmets, and easily delete those connections. You can tell the display, you know, brightness, speed limit info, all that good stuff. So a ton of stuff on here. You know, I've read some things that it's super complex and complicated. I have not found that to be the case. This is a really intuitive system. It's super easy to navigate. If you take all of about 5 minutes, like I said, I'm just your average Josh rider here. I had absolutely no issues with it, so don't buy into that. I will tell you the system looks absolutely gorgeous. I really like it. Let's do one more quick walk around of the machine. Take a look. You can see the top case there. Ah, yeah, now that I have this on, let's take a look here. You've got your integrated lights, which I really like. And while I'm talking about the lights, self-canceling. So we'll take a look at that on the road. Really like the self-canceling. Turn signals, they're super easy. That top case is about 31 liters, so it's not real big, but it's enough to get my night bag or my overnight bag in, which is what I really have it for, because I don't really like riding with a backpack on for a variety of reasons, mostly cooling. I get a lot more wind flow if I don't have that on. We'll take a look at the windshield when we are out on the road. The last thing I wanted to note, let me walk back around to the front here, is the lean angle on this bike when it's on the kickstand. I don't know if that really comes through, but it really does lean over far. So we'll talk a little bit more about that when I get into some of the specs on the bike when we start out on the ride. So that about does it as the walk around. I know we all want to get out and hear really what it's like to ride the bike. It's probably what you're here for. So let's go ahead and let's do that.